Look at that. And how good does that look? That is corned beef lasagna made. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are doing a delicious recipe. We are making corned beef lasagna. It's a delicious recipe, but it's a purist nightmare. We're changing the rules. Okay, we're using canned corned beef. We're using a jar of sauce, well, half a jar of sauce, some tin tomatoes, tomato puree, and we're going to knock up a bechamel sauce two different ways. I want to show you how to make the traditional way and how to make a quick way. And then you decide which way you want to knock all this up together. It's a very tasty, simple recipe. Now, agreed, you can make it with minced beef or pork or anything like that, anything up to you. We're making it today with cans of corned beef. So it's a straightforward, quick recipe. We don't have to cook this. This is already cooked. We're going to chuck it in a bit. So let's crack on, and we're going to make the bolognese filling. We're going to make the tomato filling for our lasagna. Come on. Okay, so we've got a couple of cloves of garlic on here. We're going to give those a little bit of a squashing, and then we're going to chop them up. Now, garlic, completely optional, but it fits into lasagna just fantastic. Again, mince as small as you like, that's up to you. I'm not bothered about chunks of garlic in, you know, it cooks down. So we don't have to worry about mincing it up too small. It's still going to have that flavour in there. That'll do. Okay, we want an onion. You decide how big you want to cube your onion. Nice and steady. Done. Okay, we're going to get a flame on. Now, it's up to you. Olive oil or butter. Your choice. Onions and garlic in there. Start sauteing it down a little bit. Now we are going to make the bolognese type sauce that you have in your lasagna, but without putting the meat in. So it's going to be exactly the same makeup. Now this is a good pinch of dried oregano. You can put anything in that you like. Put thyme in, basil, anything, entirely up to you. So let's just start sauteing that off in there. Now you can season, with salt, pepper, anything like that. I'm not going to put any salt in this whatsoever because corned beef carries salt. And then we're going to go in there with a can of tomatoes. Now I'm going to put the juice in first, and that's just going to help make sure those onions do not burn in the bottom of that pan. And then it's up to you how you chop up your tomatoes. If you've got chopped tomatoes, you don't have to go through any of this. And we want those in there. There we go. I've got some tomato puree. I've got 2 tablespoons actually. That's in there. So we're building up that nice tomatoey sauce that you have in your lasagna. I've got a little bit of this bottled sauce and it needs using, so it's going in here. So let's just give that a good warming up because that's actually been in the fridge, so it's quite cool. Okay, that's thickening up quite nicely actually. Just a little bit longer. Just let it thicken up just a little bit. Lovely. Okay, that's flame off for me. That will do nicely for this sauce. We don't have to go crazy. You know, we're not trying to cook this down for any specific length of time. That is perfect. Corned beef. And then a little, and there's our corned beef. Now I'm going to use 2 cans of corned beef. We're making a lasagna. We want it to have some sort of meat in there. There's no point just using one. It will be so minimal, the amount of meat that you would get. So now comes the choice of what you want to do. Do you want to slice it and put thin slices in there? Or do you want to mash it all up and mix it up with your sauce? So we're just going to mash it up. Nice and steady. And then this will just be like using mince in a lasagna. Now, for all those people that are worried about corned beef is cooked. So you don't have to worry about doing any cooking, nothing. Okay, our sauce, our corned beef. We want to try and keep some lumps in there if we can. You know, we want some texture. If you stir it all in, you could end up with a nice meaty sauce, but it's going to be very mushy. So just gently stir it through. And that resembles any pan of bolognese sauce with mince. Okay, we're going to make a bechamel sauce 2 ways. We're going to make it the old-fashioned way, where you take some butter and you chuck it in there. You turn on the flame, not too high. You take a couple of tablespoons of flour, stir it in and cook it. So you cook off your flour. Not too hot, not really. You cook out that rawness from your flour. You just add a bit of milk. And you just keep it going. You add a bit of milk. Keep it stirring round. And then what you do, swap from that to a whisk. And the idea is keep stirring till you get no lumps. Now you stir this up at this stage and then you add a little bit more milk. And with a bit more milk it's starting to thicken up. So this is the long, boring, old-fashioned way of making a bechamel sauce. This is more the traditional way. So you just keep going until you get a smooth sauce and it's as thick as you like. Okay, we're getting a nice bechamel sauce there. But can you see how much fuss and palaver it is to make a traditional way? So let's turn that off there. That will thicken up quite nicely. A quick bechamel sauce. This is how quick it is. Don't forget we had butter, we had flour, we had to cook it out. We did all that. Now we're just going to put some milk in there. We're going to turn on the flame. So we got that milk warming up there. We haven't done anything yet. We're going to take some corn flour and we're just going to go in there with a little bit of corn flour and we're going to give that a stir. Now already there's no lumps in there, the corn flour's dissolved. And there's not much work involved in this one at all. Don't forget, the corn flour thickens when the milk or when any fluid starts to boil. So as soon as this starts to come up, this is going to start to thicken. All you've got to do is remember to give it a stir. There's nothing hard about this one at all. And as you can see, I'm turning my flame off. That's how quick it is. That is a lovely bechamel sauce made right there. And then all you do to give it that buttery flavour is a little knob of butter. In there, stir it in, and that puts that buttery flavour that we're used to when making a bechamel sauce the traditional way. And then all you need to do is a little pinch of nutmeg, and that is bechamel sauce made with no fuss. So what we'll do, we'll put a pinch of nutmeg in that one, give that a stir through, and we'll add one to the other. So that's going in there. That is our bechamel sauce made two ways, stirred in there. That is a perfect bechamel sauce, both versions. So the choice is up to you. Which version would you like to use? There we go. Okay, I'm using the dual air fryer again today, and we are going to set this to warm up. I want 180. I have a trivet, which is normally that way up, as you can see. And we're going to turn it that way up. Now, the reason for this is we are using an air fryer. The heat in the air fryer is probably going to be more direct than it is in a normal oven. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to make a tent over the top to cook for the first 25 minutes of cooking, and then we'll take that off and cook it for about 8 minutes. We don't want to brown off the top too much. I'm trying to give it that nice white mozzarella cheese on top with a little bit of browning. But we are going to go in there with some of our bechamel sauce. No, we don't want to be using a spoon like that, do we? Come on. Okay, so we got some of our bechamel sauce in there. Lasagna sheets. 1, 2, 3. What a layer of lasagna in there. Our meat mix on there. So we just want to be going back on there with some more of that bechamel sauce. So we're going to go on there with a little bit of cheese. What a cheesy layer inside, don't we? A little bit of mozzarella. Then we're going back over there with some more lasagna sheets, some more meat mix. Some more of that sauce. Another little bit of cheese. Some more lasagna sheets. Get that smoothed out on there. So just keep layering it up until you've got what you want on there. And get some mozzarella on the top. get it on there. Now that looks a creation. And we're going to just put that in there, like that. And I pick this lasagna back up like this, and I put that like that. And then we're coming over the top. That is going in there like that. And we are setting this for 180 degrees for 25 minutes. Okay, let's have that out of there. We need to be taking that tin foil off. Or aluminium foil, whatever you want to call it. Oh, perfect. Let's get that off there. Stand a stick to the top of this. That's no good, is it? That is perfect. Now that is going back in there to put a little bit of browning on the top. And we want this about 15 minutes now. Okay, that's good enough for me. That is started to blow over the top. So we're going to get that out. It's got a lovely crust on already. There we go, look at that. That is cracking. What we're going to do is let it cool down a little bit, cool it down, and we're going to take a couple of slices out of there. Let's get in here. Look at that. And just a little bit of parsley. And how good does that look? That is corned beef lasagna made. Oh, look at that. Look at those layers on there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, look at that. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely awesome. That is incredible. Corned beef's normally quite salty, you know, when you have it out of the tin. Mixed in here with all that tomato sauce and everything, and the onions and the garlic and the herbs and the cheese. Wow, fantastic. That really is superb. Well, that's corned beef lasagna made. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video.